Perfect. All right, let's do it once or twice more, and we'll keep going. Good, and then push. Okay. So we'll do now butterfly, flatline, and then try and release down into our dreaded Scorpio or inside leg hang. Okay, so butterfly to flatline first. So first you come up, push out to butterfly, into the hip, flatline, and then release into inside leg hang. Yes. So then just from there, just putting it into your bicep. So the legs stay the same. Whew. Nice, right into your hip, good, and then release to bicep. Yes. Good. Yes. Breathe. Yes. Nice. Good. So find butterfly. Yes. Come to your hip. Because it feels great. Good. Okay, one more time with this one. Then we will move on. Yes, 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 to the hip. Nice, ladies. Good. Okay, so we will do a couple shoulder mount kick switches or leg switches. So you would come up against the pole, hands go into your shoulder mount grip. From here, one leg steps forward, the opposite leg is going to swing up, then you switch, come back down. Pull down, up, switch, and down. So about 5 switches on each shoulder. Yeah, good. Think about using that leg to help pull your hips up. Good. Feels lovely. Especially the other side. Yeah. Good. I know. Although I do find the ones where you're moving a little bit more, not as terrible as trying to hold it, but it kind of just depends on, even if you have like some tightness there, then it can feel like a knot that you're rolling over.
Yeah, I think that's just me. I think I'm just entirely knots.
Yeah, so sometimes what's good is like trying to do the lacrosse ball rolling in that area. So like trying to roll out your traps and upper to mid like shoulder area, because that's going to help even just like get more familiar with the feeling of having something like around that size, honestly pressing in that area. That's what I find helps me a little bit, is using the lacrosse ball pretty much like all right here.
Huh.
Yeah.
You just like lay on the floor.
I usually do it against the wall. Okay. So I'll like, let's say it's against the wall, and so I'll put the lacrosse ball like right here on my shoulder, kind of lean into it a little bit, like even like a wall sit, and then roll up and down, kind of lean into it on one side, and then lean into it on another side.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, same thing, it's not going to feel amazing, but because you can kind of roll it back and forth, it is nice to just kind of get that same sort of feeling on the neck. And if you have some knots, then you'll be able to kind of feel exactly where they are. And from there, be able to kind of break it up a little bit too. Because usually if you find a spot with the lacrosse ball, you want to hold it for like 15 to 20 seconds, even doing like a little bit of, so let's say it's right here. Lift your arm up and down so that it's kind of moving around on that spot. And I find it really helps, especially if we're doing a lot of stuff where naturally our neck muscles want to go, right? So it definitely is helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's go back up onto, so let's do side climb. Okay. We're going to do side climb, dropping it down. So we did this one a few weeks back. So drop it down from shooting star to thigh hold, and then I want to end in a butterfly handstand. So just depending on our space, we'll see. So probably 2 side climbs up, and then send the leg back. So we go from shooting star. So you can either bring both hands back for a second, or just slide both hands down. That's the harder part, right? To get to the floor. And then the front leg, or sorry, whatever leg is not hooked, you send it back. And then from there you can do a handstand kickoff, or you can slide down to the floor. So it's really just working on the transition through the thigh hold to get to the floor with the hands. So just think about keeping the bottom leg nice and high, really using the inner thighs. That's the most important spot. Good. So bottom leg high. Up, up, up. Keep going higher with that bottom leg. Up towards the top leg.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Oh, yeah. Turning.
So the higher the bottom leg can be sent, like up towards the ceiling even, the better. Because when you turn this down, there's more support in that leg. And then it can move a little bit more as well. So high with that top leg, or bottom leg, sorry. Yes, good. More pressure the better. Yeah, good. And then you send the leg back. Good. So the handstand doesn't have to be away from the pole, but if you want to continue to work on that sort of like hovering away, then absolutely. Good. Yes. Slide it down. Nice, nice, nice. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll do this one once or twice more. We'll try the option now of doing a chopper dismount. It's going to happen pretty low to the ground, so your goal is to get up a little bit higher with your thigh hold, and it's going to make you have to hold the thigh hold on the pole a bit more. So you come down, thigh hold, wrap the same arm again, and then chopper to come down. So that's option, or just continue to do that. We'll do it once or twice more. Good. Bottom leg up. Yes. Nice. Good. Better. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of a handstand thing to finish it off. So we'll do a couple different options with the arms. So of course forearm is the first one. You can come down on the forearm for it if you would like or prefer. So we're going to do where the hand is up. So your back is to the pole. One arm is up, one arm is down. So you're trying to go more to the center of your back for this one. So it can be done with your forearm down as well. And from here, you're really just trying to go straight up with the legs, working on coming into either a straddle, even kind of like a crab leg, or straight up. So to go through it Let me know if you need it from the side as well. Yeah. So it's interesting because this one's more like blind. You kind of have to just feel where your back is. So instead of doing it where like the front of your shoulder is on the pole, we're going to do it like where the pole is essentially along the center of your back. So if you're doing it with your arm up, so you come to the center, your legs can be pretty wide if you'd like, and then reach up. Good. So from here, your hand, if you're doing your hand and not your forearm, your hand can really be used to push down and working towards doing just a little hop out with your legs, like from a straddle all the way up. Your legs can bend back, or they can even come into bow, but from pretty much from here, just working on that straight, and then you can lower it all the way down as well. It feels a lot different to have the pole on your, like the center of your back. It feels more like it's on a wall. So I wanted to try that. The only thing is just watch the bottom wrist a little bit. You can even do it like with fingertips. It's just about getting the right pressure and not putting your hand too far forward so that your wrist is bending too much. I like to try and keep it towards the base of the pole as much as possible. Good. Yeah, nice, Bo. Cool. Try and hold pencil and then straddle to come down. Yeah, nice. So the more you can keep this right on your center of your back, the better. Yeah, good. And then bring it right to the center. You can even take your legs pretty wide. Just make sure it's touching the center of your back before you lift off. Yeah. So I'd say maybe come down a tad lower. Is it feeling weird on the shoulder?
For me, it's just scary.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so think of it like you can take your legs, here, come this way. Take your legs fairly wide. So bottom arm is down. You want to put your back on, just like we do that, like obviously this stretch where the arms come up. So just one, and then try and center yourself out a little bit. Try and feel the push of the bottom arm. And then I know it feels weird because you're just, like you kind of just have to go for it. So once you find it, then you can maybe take the legs forward a bit more and kick straight up like that. But I do like this one more for straddle practice because it's working on that like straddle press up in a sense, just using one arm. Like this one can be broken down into taking just both hands to the floor as well. So it's kind of like we're doing a half iguana press up. Yeah, kind of. So that's the progression. So you would start with kind of like two hands on the floor, straddle, pop, working on popping up with your back as if to do it like on a pole or on a wall. And then you do the one, and then eventually you have both arms up, right? And you're doing the straddle press up from there. So take this one to the forearm would be a way to just regress the bottom arm. But then also, yeah, there's a few different things. The only reason why the other one with the shoulder in the front isn't going to feel the same is because we're working towards having the arm reaching towards the center of your back. So it definitely changes how you're lifting up into it.
Yeah, that's my mobility issue, I think. So
yeah, like if it feels like it's already like a stretch before you actually want to put like the pressure to lift up, then I would say either go to forearm or just to take it back to the one with the shoulder that's in the front. So doing more so from here, shoulder in the front. Does that one feel okay when you do it?
It's all right. I have trouble reaching behind me.
Yeah, so think of it too, like when you're reaching up, drop that shoulder even more. Because you can do it lower, just as long as your head is not physically touching the ground. Like you can get lower into it if by coming lower, right? So like by getting lower, right, your hand will come up to a certain extent. So then from there, trying to find the press and the pull, and even just working on feeling that. so that you can feel a push from your bottom hand and a pull with the top. Yeah, you got it. So the shoulder is still rotated forward. It doesn't have to be like you're trying to pull it back or something. It's just the idea of making sure that the hand grip is good and that you feel you're working, like you can feel that this is engaged, top of shoulder, tricep is working a little bit too. But yeah, continue to work on the one where both hands are on the floor, like just popping up from a handstand as well. So I know you've been working on that one. Yes, good. Pop it up. Yes. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, right? We know the main regression is forearms, right? And you do your forearm lifts and lowers and lifts and lowers. Sometimes it just takes a minute for us to get back to that core stability, or even just the motion of what the legs and the hips have to do. All right, good work. Let's do, actually, yeah, let's finish it off with a forearm stand, do a couple different leg things, and then, yeah, then we'll stretch. Nice. All right. All right, so we'll take it into just our shoulder stretch from a kneeling position. So hands reach forward. And then roll it up, so round your back and pull into your upper back. Keep your chin tucked. Good, and then we'll roll it all the way up to kneeling. Step forward on one foot, push forward, reach for the back leg. So low lunge quad stretch. Try and keep the hips relatively square. Good, and then release, lean forward, hips back. And then slide it back, other side. Good, release, come back, lean forward. And then slide it all the way back. We'll come on to our butt, legs forward. Good, feet together. And exhale forward. Good, roll it up. Let's take the legs straight, shake them out, and then cross one leg over the other and twist. So inhale up, exhale twist. Good, and switch. Good, back forward. Shake out the legs, roll the shoulders. Awesome. All right, let's just do a couple things for shoulders. So reach one arm up, fingertips come back, elbows nice and high. You can reach up and over or come all the way down underneath. Good, exhale, release. Other side, up. Good, and release. Let's hug them out. Awesome. All right, well, thank you guys.